Hi, everyone. I'm Seth.
Hi, guys. I'm Monique.
And this is
Gay Math. The Gay Math Podcast.
With Seth.
And Monique.
This is Gay Math.
Okay.
With Seth and Monique.
Hi.
We're back with another Gay Math episode.
Woo! Episode 7.
7.
Yeah,
That's
episode
crazy.
7.
I'm Seth.
I'm Monique. We finally introduced. Yeah.
That was bad. Let's redo it. Oh my God. I don't like being barked at in my own home, in my friend's home.
Bo.
He doesn't like the clapping or the high fives.
He's just like, okay, Bo, there's a weird thing about Bo. He hates like loud, well, not loud noises because he's okay with fireworks, but any physical interaction he's
Like,
weird about.
If I hit my own like hand or
See?
we high five or there's like a
So weird.
slap noise,
Okay.
not a fan.
Take this away.
But we're Gay Math.
Hi guys, Gay Math here.
This episode is about
Coachella.
It's coming up.
Yeah, it's inevitable. That's why I wore this today. I literally.
Oh yes.
So actually, full transparency, I walked my dog in this today, and then I was like, oh my God, we're doing the Coachella episode. I should wear it for the episode.
And I have a zip just like that, but from like 2005 or something.
Iconic, vintage.
Didn't wear it. Didn't think about it till I got here and saw her in it and was like, oh, maybe I should have worn mine for the Coachella episode. But this is just one of many Coachella episodes. So
yeah.
Because we want to do like when we're at the festival in a few weeks, we're going to weekend 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So we kind of want to do like a recap after.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to do a like overview of Coachella, talk about it, and we've been many times, so we can talk about it. We know about it. We know the tea, and we're here to share it.
Yeah. So basically, everything that Seth said. And instead of like, we're going to get in depth today, but not like super, maybe. Or maybe we talked about doing a pre-Coachella episode, like what to expect when you're heading to Coachella.
The prep, the outfits, the tickets, like.
Exactly. And then when we get to the festival, because we're going to be there for like a week or so, that week in between, we'll probably record another podcast and like update you on how it's going. Maybe we'll do a weekend 1 overview, who's our favorite so far, and then see like if it changes weekend 2, something like that. But yeah.
Oh God, that episode after weekend 1, we're gonna be like literal zombies.
Dead.
We're gonna be like, because you will get sick.
Oh,
at Coachella. It's just like inevitable.
The Coachella flu is very, very real. Very inevitable.
If you don't live in the desert, your body's not going to like all the dust that's going to enter your lungs and your sinus cavities for 3 days straight. So usually after, you're going to have some sniffles, some coughing, some just your body doesn't like the dirt and the dust.
Yeah.
But we wore masks last year.
And it was like it was kind of better, but still, I still got sick afterwards.
I did too. But I started doing the like sinus wash.
Oh.
So I would do that when I would come home from the festival just to like wash all the dirt and the dust out. And I feel like I didn't get as sick.
Okay.
So maybe next year we really do that.
Yeah. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah. So maybe we try that.
Yeah.
Because there's just a lot of dust. You're in the middle of the desert.
Yeah. But yeah. So anyways, that's going to be today's episode, basically Coachella. And if you're wondering why the video quality,
The video quality. Video quality. Oh my God.
I haven't had a coffee yet.
Oh yeah. We need to get her some coffee.
If you're wondering why the video quality is different, the camera, we don't know what's going on.
Stupid fuck face.
Yeah. Stupid dinosaur.
I'm pissed at it. I'm gonna take it to Best Buy. I'm gonna figure it out. So relax.
Yeah. So we're recording on the phone, which, hey, an iPhone is a great tool these days. So
I mean, it was 3 times as expensive as my camera. So
literally,
it'll do the job.
And people also like take full like movies, like
That's true.
Professional pictures on their iPhone. So you know what?
It is what it is.
We're living today.
And we also still look cute.
Yeah. But okay. So to dig in, to start off, basically Coachella. If you don't know what Coachella is, maybe
crawl out from under the rock that you've been living under and be on your phone for a second. Kidding.
Yeah, like,
no, we'll explain what Coachella is.
Yeah, so a lot of people, surprisingly, I don't think not a lot of people, but if you ask people in like upstate New York where like I live, they probably wouldn't know, but
no, I'm sure everyone has like heard of it
maybe,
at some point, but
yeah.
I don't know if everyone knows exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So we can explain it. You can explain it.
So basically it's a music festival, and a music festival, most of them are structured the same way, but it's kind of just like a big concert. And if you're like me, the first time I ever went to Coachella, I was utterly confused. I didn't understand. I think we talked about this in a different episode. I didn't understand how everyone was like playing the same place, but
yeah, like looking at the lineup with the literal hundreds of names on it, it's like how is this gonna work?
Yeah, but basically you get a schedule eventually when the festival is like about to start. You get a schedule and it just shows you all the acts, all the times. And Coachella is a 3-day event, so it's gonna be all these acts playing on 3 different days at different times throughout the day.
There's like what, 5 or 6 stages maybe. So there's like different stages. It's like this huge field, and there's like a main stage where like the headliners perform, and then there's a stage beside it, and then there's like a tent, there's like other stages. So that's how people are playing at the same time. Yeah. So sometimes you do have to make decisions, like 2 people you love maybe playing at the same time. Yeah. But for the most part, I don't feel like that's happened like once or twice. But for the most part, like you can kind of see everyone you want to, and you might have to leave a stage early. But yeah, it's just this huge field. And there's food, and there's shopping, and there's art installations, and it's really cool. Yeah. It's a really cool like few days.
It's a cool experience, and I think like Coachella is really smart about like, I think, one, booking artists, which is cool. Like I think to work at Golden Voice for Coachella is probably, because Golden Voice is like the event planning people that put on Coachella, like how Live Nation exists and like Golden Voice. It's a bunch of different like things like that, but I think they're really great at like planning like the festival, like doing like, it's almost like fashion in a way. Like in fashion you have like trend reporters or trend watchers who like watch fashion as a whole throughout the seasons, and they kind of predict what's to come next. And I'm sure the people at Coachella do the same thing, to pick like artists who they feel like need to be on the lineup, or securing like super big people.
Yeah, so it's always a pretty good lineup. Yeah It's always like very relevant people, especially now lately. It's been like TikTok, all the TikTok songs, like they're gonna all be there. Yeah. So they do a pretty good job. Like, I don't know, a lot of people ask me, like, because we buy our tickets in advance. We buy them in like June or July, and then the lineup is released in January. So we buy them like a full 6 months before the lineup comes out. And people are always like, well, how do you know if you're gonna like the lineup? And there's no guarantee. Yeah. And we could always sell them, but at least for the past few years, I've always had people on the lineup that I like. Yeah. You can kind of, if you like pop music and popular artists, there's gonna be people there that you like and know. Yeah. And I think that the lineup is always a huge discussion. Like every year, like people will talk about who they think will be on it. People will make predictions, and then also there will always be a lot of discourse on like whether or not the lineup is good or not. Like this year or certain years, I think this year did get a lot of flack for the lineup. I saw a lot of people talking about how they weren't very happy with it, but I mean, but I feel like that also happened last year.
See, that's
every year people don't like the lineup. Yeah. They always have something to say about it, which is fair. It's very fair, but I'm like, every year is not going to be Beyonce and like Harry Styles, you know, which I mean, this year, Doja, Lana, Tyler, those are huge names. Like, it's a good lineup. Yeah. And also Coachella, like Seth mentioned, like we usually buy our tickets in advance. So after the last festival,
they immediately go on sale. That's when we buy ours. And it's usually in April, like every year. So it's like springtime kind of vibe. So instead of I don't know why, but I think before I ever knew a lot about Coachella, I always assumed it was in the summer, but
yeah,
it's like springtime, April. So it's like kind of that vibe, but
it's like the weather. We could talk about the weather.
Yeah. Like, so
it's very hit and miss. Not that it's hit and miss, but just because of the desert, the daytime is like swelteringly hot, and then the nighttime is freezing. So last year it was like the hottest and also the coldest it's ever been. So there was one day that it was like literally 110 degrees. We were sweating. I was in all leather, full jeans, like pouring sweat, and then the nighttime came and it was frigid. People had foil blankets on. Like, she had to buy that sweatshirt. It was so cold. So this year was weird. I feel like most in the years past, it gets hot during the day, cold at night, but it's a little more. Last year was like,
it was very intense.
It was very extreme hot and very extreme cold.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing about, like, I think maybe people who don't know like too much about Coachella assume it's like just in Los Angeles. It's actually not. It's like, well, I don't think Palm Springs is considered Los Angeles. So it's in like the Palm Springs, Palm Desert. It's specifically in India, which is the desert part of California.
It's very inland. It's like 2 hours from here, from LA.
Yeah. So it's like, you can get to that area, like, it's not like too far, I would say, but it's like you'll start seeing deserts, like less people, like more open space. So the weather is very different there than it is here in LA. So you always expect it being super hot during the day, super cold at night. Yeah. And
classic desert weather.
Yeah. And like, if you know where Joshua Tree is, you kind of know where Coachella is. Because I think Joshua Tree, like, people know what Joshua Tree is and where it is, and also Palm Springs, of course, but if you know Joshua Tree, Palm Springs, you kind of get where Coachella is.
It's like 20-30 minutes from Palm Springs, like an hour from Joshua Tree. It's in that region.
It's in that area.
It's in like the middle of a neighborhood.
Literally.
It's literally like across the street from this, like, like a suburban,
like apartment complex, like housing area. It's so interesting. We were talking about it last year because we drive to the festival every year. I think this year is going to be different, but we usually drive to the festival from where we're staying. And we were talking about it in the car, like how crazy it must be to like live here, that every year, once a year, there's tons of people in your neighborhood. Like, it's just
a zoo.
It's loud. Chaos. Like, it's crazy. Like, people are like drunk. Like, it's like insane. But
and it's not like a concert where there's like 10,000 people. It's like hundreds of thousands of people flock to this place. And it's just a madhouse.
And so basically, Coachella is not just one weekend. It's usually two. So the first weekend is usually the first half of April. Second weekend, second half. There's like a little week in between usually. So yeah, it's very interesting. And I think we'll get into it like a little bit later. We kind of had a structure of what we want to talk about today, but we'll get into the differences between weekend 1 and 2. But I think we should start off with probably maybe the pros and cons. Like, if there's any Coachella pros and cons, like,
there's no cons.
Really?
I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding. Whenever I talk to people about it, like, Coachella is absolutely not for everyone. It's not for most people, I would say. It is a marathon. Like, you're not going to sleep, which when I'm saying this is kind of applicable to like all music festivals. It's just it's long days. It's a lot of traffic, a lot of walking. Like, from where you park to the festival is like the longest walk. I mean, it is so far. The traffic is really bad. That's a pretty big con. Like she said, we drive. This year I do not want to drive, but Yeah. What did we sit in? How long was it last year? I think from the time we left our Airbnb last year, one of the days, because we went a wrong way and we had to like turn around. We were in the car like 3 hours.
I would say, yeah.
Before we missed Muna and had to watch the live stream on our phone sitting in traffic, bumper to bumper. We saw crazy road rage. Yeah. I saw TikToks after where people were like smashing each other's cars because they would like cut them off. And yeah, last year the traffic was really bad.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so we did miss Muna, which RIP, like
just weekend 2 though. We saw them
weekend 1. That was like my awakening. That's when I like realized, oh, literally gay, like this is everything. Like I love Muna. So that's where my Muna obsession started. So we did absolutely watch them on the phone because I was not gonna miss my icons. But yeah, the traffic was insane. We were sitting there for hours.
And then when you go to leave, it's a good from the time you get to your car to when you can actually drive out, it's at least an hour of sitting there like bumper to bumper, stand still traffic.
Yeah, I'm sure like there are probably like many Coachella veterans who have hacks on traffic or parking or anything. I mean, we've been going for a while, but still like we're not like, you know, people have been going to Coachella for years because Coachella started in like 60s, 50 something. Oh, it started a long time ago, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it's been around for a long time. And I know it's been in the space that it's at now since like the early it's been there for at least like 25 years. They've been doing it there.
I'm gonna sound stupid if it's not the 50s and
Maybe
60s.
I'll just look it up.
But
that's my phone, so.
Wait, I feel like it's old though. It kind of
my other phone. It's been around for a while.
Yeah, it gives me the vibe. It's almost like a Woodstock kind of thing.
Yes.
But maybe it started off like started earlier than Woodstock, and I'm just thinking of Woodstock. That's why I say 50s and 60s. But
the first Coachella was in 1999.
Oh wow! Okay.
So it's been going on.
Yeah.
That's why I think that they have it down so well.
Yeah.
It's because they've been doing this thing for like 30 years.
That's so funny. 50s and 60s.
She was thinking of Woodstock.
I was, because Woodstock is that old. Like literally it's been happening for years. And I think that is what Coachella and so many more music festivals are based off of. Like Woodstock and the iconic like way that it like grew and the lore around Woodstock. But yeah, I think probably like Coachella veterans maybe have the tea on how to park and how to get out, but definitely one of the cons.
I think that's my biggest con is like the traffic and the parking and all of that. It's just it adds like just an annoyance to the day. The fact that it took us 3 hours from the time we left to when we were in the festival is crazy.
I wrote down a couple things, and I was gonna say a con is if you go with the wrong people. Like,
yes,
I literally think Seth said Coachella is not for everyone, and I can agree with that because I've met so many people who are like, I just can't do Coachella. Coachella is not my thing. Blah blah. Actually, let me say this. I just remembered this. I had a job interview with. Remember that horrible job interview that I was telling you about?
Yes.
I won't say the brand because it's a widely loved brand, but the person who interviewed me was horrible. And she was like, oh, what do you have planned for like the next couple of weeks? And I was like, oh, I'm going to Coachella. And she's like, oh, I could never do that. Like, I could never like just like not shower. I was like,
not shower?
I was like, I'm sorry. Like, how do you think, I like asked her, I was like, how do you think Coachella is? And she was like, yeah, like people like just don't shower. You're like out in the desert. Like it's so weird. I was like, you can literally stay in a home and then go home and shower. Like I shower every day. I'm at Coachella.
Twice. I shower before we go to the festival and then I shower when we get home.
Like, so I think some people have those kinds of misconceptions about Coachella if they've never been, and
that you have to camp.
Yeah, you have to and camping is a thing. So
yes,
Coachella, like I think some other festivals are the same way where it's like they have camping. I don't know if everyone does, like, what's like the one at Governor's Ball. I don't think there's camping there because it's in the middle of New York City.
But a lot of the like out of the city Lollapalooza, there is like you can camp. It's an option.
So there's camping when you can bring a tent, you can bring a car. I think the only thing you can't do is like RVs.
Yeah, but also if you're camping, there's showers.
Yeah, there's showers when you camp.
They're like full showers, bathrooms. I would never do it.
No, they are arguably gross.
Yeah,
but I would I would never
shower and people prefer that, so they don't have to do the traffic. I mean, when you're done with the festival, you literally walk to
your campsite.
We walk past all the campsites on the way out.
It's just insane.
Nice in that aspect.
Yeah.
It's just not I'm not sleeping on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm not showering in the scary showers.
Well, okay, you're not a camper in general. No. Like I would not at a music festival, but I have gone camping. My family was like super big on hiking and camping when I was younger. So I don't mind camping, but camping at a music festival, I would never do.
No, we have to like get ready and I would say like most people don't camp. I think most people are driving every day in or shuttling in.
Probably.
Because like the hundreds of thousands of people that are there, like I think most people are not camping.
Yeah. And then there's another thing that you can do at Coachella. Coachella has, we're the number one spokespersons, but it has this like VIP program where you can stay on the festival grounds. But that doesn't include camping. So they have like yurts, which are just like tents with like beds in them. They also have like houses in a way, like little bungalows that you could stay in too. However, those cost tens of thousands of dollars
for a weekend.
Yeah,
it's like $20,000,
and you can only have 2 people, so it's not like you can split it between 4 of you. It's just the 2 of you. And
because if it was like 10 people, and it was $10,000, maybe.
Yeah,
like you could pay $1,000 each.
Exactly, because
me and you splitting $20,000 for one weekend,
right? Because here's the thing: in general, you would spend like thousands of dollars on Coachella. Sometimes it depends on like how you're budgeting, like if you're camping versus like staying in a house versus like if you bring your own food, like stuff. So you could potentially spend up to $2,000. So with that, if it was 10 people, you would get like free food, free like shuttles to the festival. You get like guest passes, which are kind of like artist passes. Like you get unlimited access.
They have like golf cart shuttles.
So like iconic, but would never.
Who has $10,000?
Yeah, and then it's just for one weekend.
That's not
so then
even,
you have to pay for the next weekend.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah. So camping was for sure one of my cons too. But where we started off with going the wrong people, like I said, I understand people being like, I can't do Coachella. Like it's just not for me. I always tell people like, I for sure get you, I understand you, but like just go one time. Like I think everyone should experience Coachella because it's just like if you approach it the right way and you're like going there to see your favorite artists, to like have fun, like just relax, take a vacation from work or whatever, and just like be in the moment, and not to be like a fucking hippie or whatever, but like just like be in the moment, vibe, listen to music, like you can meet cool people. Like I think if you go in it with the right mindset, it can be really great. And I
absolutely,
after our first 2 weekend Coachella, I came back and I was with my friend's roommate and her boyfriend, and granted we were drinking, so maybe this is why this convinced them.
Sure.
But I was having a full conversation. I was like, guys, like you don't understand, like I love music. I'm a musician till the day I die. Like I don't care, like it's just my favorite thing in the world. It's changed my life. So like getting to be there and like listening to music all day every day, just hanging out with my best friend, like just having the greatest time. And like if you put this into perspective, Coachella is one of the biggest music festivals like in the entire world. And people who like perform at Coachella, some of them are bigger artists, but some of them are like smaller artists who are like up and coming, and this is like their big moment. Like you're literally watching people like live their dreams.
Yeah.
And that feeling, like I'm slightly getting chills right now, but that feeling of watching someone like look out into a crowd and be like, oh my God,
I'm playing Coachella.
That to me is incredible. That's enough for me to like be like so emotional and like emotionally driven and excited to be there. Like for example, Muna, they were talking about it, and Joe specifically was like, I would come here with my brother. This is like my festival, and now I'm playing Coachella. Like that made me so emotional. Like it's crazy. And if you go in with the right mindset, as long as you don't go with the wrong people,
that can ruin it.
Yeah, it can ruin it for
if
sure.
You're with the wrong people, just if you like the lineup and you go with the right people and you just go into it with the right mindset, you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
I think people just like, because there's a lot of discourse, I'm sure that's at some point we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Online, that's one of my cons, is the way people talk about Coachella online, and it's always from people who don't go and have never been, and they have the most to say about it.
Yeah.
But people there's a certain type of person that goes to Coachella, like the influencer. They go for the Instagram photos. You're gonna have a terrible time if you are going to take a picture in an outfit.
Yeah.
You're not there for the right reasons, and you're gonna be miserable.
Yeah.
If you're like there for the vibes and the music, and you're with your friends, and you're gonna have fun. It's a fun time. But if you're going for an Instagram photo, that's a terrible reason to go, and you're not gonna have fun.
Yeah. And here's the thing too, like going with people who, one, you trust, who you know, like some people like to partake in certain things. So if you're partaking in those things,
what things are we discussing?
I don't illicit things, but you know, like people like to partake in things, and I think that's a number one thing. Like I remember being in church. This is the first time I went to Coachella, and the first time we met, because I went to Coachella before I got super deep. Remember?
Oh, yes.
And people were like, I don't know if I could ever do that. There's like so much drugs and alcohol. I'm like, you literally don't have to do that. There's also sober people who go to Coachella.
There's also children at Coachella. It's an all ages event, by the way.
There's babies there, which I don't
Why are you bringing your baby to Coachella? Leave the children at home.
Yeah, I wouldn't even bring my baby to Disney. So
no, like, I don't know why there's children. But it's an all ages event.
Yeah. So like you don't have to do drugs. You don't have to drink. But like if you are doing illicit drugs, okay.
Right.
If you're with people who you trust, who you know will, one, keep you safe, look out for you, and you're all like on the same accord, like it's one of those things, like it's like when you go to like an amusement park, you have to like check out like the schedule, who wants to do what, open communication, like chatting with people, like, hey, maybe we go here and then we'll run over here. Like as long as you're with people who you love, who care about you, who you know, like no matter what happens will try and find you and keep you safe, you will be perfectly fine. And also kind of attached but separate, I don't know, I was gonna say the couples at Coachella, like I've seen so many couples fight at Coachella, like literally people fighting with each other.
Yeah.
Like, so maybe also if you're not in a super secure years in relationship, don't go to Coachella together.
If your relationship is at all rocky,
don't go.
Coachella is the ultimate test.
No. Because you're like living with someone for like 3 days. You're exhausted.
You both want to do like different things.
Yeah.
It's just... Yeah.
No.
But also, I've recently been to a few music festivals that were like 21 plus, like more rave vibes, drugs, like bananas.
Yeah.
Coachella, in comparison to like other music festivals I've been to, it is not really like drug central. There are people on drugs. There are people doing drugs, but like, just compared to the other music festivals I've been to, where people are literally like tweaking out on Molly and like seizing in the floor, like it's just Coachella is not really that. Like nighttime maybe a little more but especially the daytime Coachella, it's like children walking around. It's people just like sitting in the grass, listening to music, having yummy food. Nighttime Coachella a little different.
Very different.
And again, there are lots of drugs, there's lots of alcohol, there's a bar, like but I'm just in comparison to like 21 plus festival raves that I've been to, Coachella is like so mild and tame compared.
Okay. Yeah. No, I agree. So now that also one last con, influencers. See, okay, this is not me talking trash on influencers because, hey, my friend here, influencer, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm a micro, nano, mini, tiny, whiny.
Yeah, but you have influence on the internet. That's an influencer.
I do. But like, okay, there are some influencers who are the worst people, and obviously they're not all like that, but there's some who are the worst people. Rude, like they're entitled, annoying,
are there for an Instagram photo.
Exactly. And that sometimes can make it horrible too, because you're surrounded by, we're all here, we all pay to be here, let's all fucking chill out, like let's have a good time. Like I don't care who the fuck you are, like we're in the middle of a desert. This is the last place where you have pull, babe. Like and okay, they do have some kind of pull because maybe they have a VIP wristband, but babe, so do I.
Exactly. So I got one on my wrist too.
So we're vibing. Like, don't mistreat me. Just be chill. Like, nobody fucking cares. Like, calm down. Like,
that's what I'm saying. And people, the celebrities, that's also another thing. Celebrities, influencers. There are a lot of celebrities, a lot of influencers. And I think when I was first going, that was like an exciting part of it, like to see those types of people. But now I'm like, I don't care. I don't care who you are. I don't care how many followers you have. We see really famous people, like A-list celebs. And I'm just like, oh, cool. I'm there for like to hang out, to have a good time. I don't care how many followers you have. That doesn't, you're not better than me because of that. You're not more important than me. You don't deserve better treatment than me because you have a different number on your profile than I do. So it's just the ententitlement is like a little weird. We're all here to just see these fun artists and have a fun time.
And like, again, not all influencers are like that, but there are some who like are just like the worst that you can run into at Coachella, who are clearly there because it's an event, like it's the biggest event of the year, like they're trying to make content, whatever. As long as you're respectful, I don't give a fuck, like, you know. And you know what's funny? Speaking of celebrities, they're usually so much nicer than the influencers that you could see. Like they'll gladly be like, if you go up to them, they'll gladly be like, oh, hey, like maybe they don't want to take a picture with you, but they'll be like, hey, I like your outfit or whatever, and like move on, and they'll continue listening to the music. Like,
they are. It does appear that like literal celebrities are nicer than like influencers. Which is crazy.
But I would say that's my last con. What are your pros for Coachella?
Pros. I love the fashion. I love the clothes. I love picking out outfits. I love seeing what everyone's wearing. I love seeing the outfits. For me, that's a lot of people are like, I hate that you have to dress up, which you don't. People wear from couture, custom, fully hand rhinestone gowns to like people are in sweatpants. Like you can wear, that's what I love about it. You can wear whatever you want to, but I love that people see it as an opportunity to like come up with cool, amazing outfits. Like, and everyone is always so nice. We always get so many compliments. Oh my God, love your outfit. You look amazing. Can I take a picture of your outfit? Like we get that. Like, I just find that part of Coachella so fun.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was talking to this fashion designer one year before Coachella, and we were talking about like how New York Fashion Week and Coachella, not to compare them, fashion girlies, I am also a fellow fashion girly. I went to fashion school. I understand, okay? But in comparison, New York Fashion Week and Coachella are similar in the way that Vogue is taking photos of people at Coachella, like the fashion like editors and like people who are in the fashion industry, like bloggers, like people are there like taking photos of people to recount festival fashion, to talk about what it looks like. So I would say it's not the California version of New York Fashion Week by any means, but it's for sure an event that people watch and like will find like what trends are going into like the spring or whatever for maybe California fashion, or what from fashion is being like bought to Coachella. So definitely think that Coachella is a fashion forward event.
Yeah. And you were talking about Coachella's like early spring. It's pretty much the first music festival of the year.
Yeah.
So it really does have a big impact on festival fashion for the rest of the year. EDC is right after, Lollapalooza, like all of those are after it. And you see people, like, it has an influence. Coachella is like the kickoff of festival season, springtime, summer fashion. A lot of it comes from Coachella.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's like a cool way. I've always loved the fashion aspect of Coachella as well, because it's really about like your mindset going into it is like you're doing something fun. And sometimes it's like the way people are like expressing themselves, and also like how they want to represent themselves to like the world is fashion. That's what fashion is. So I think when you go to a festival and you put on an outfit, maybe some people put like thought into it, maybe they don't, but I think you're just showing like who you are and just like how you want to like be like presented here. So I love festival fashion. I've had, like Seth said, like I've had people like come up to me and like ask me like, oh, like where'd you get your outfit from, like what places, or like record a video of like what I'm wearing, like, and it's fun. Like if it's like cool, it's just like a way to just be like, here's what I want to show people. But
I will say this is a weird thing to complain about, but last year I made this outfit and I hand painted and rhinestoned an outfit. And I don't even want to get into it. It took me months. I'm never doing that again. It was awful. I was like stoning the morning of, like the whole week we were there. I was so stressed about it. Anyway, the outfit turned out great. Loved it. At the festival, I was getting so many compliments, which thank you. I am so glad. But there was this moment we were standing watching, what's her name? Lotto. Yeah.
Lotto.
Literally every person that walked by, I love your outfit. I love your outfit. I love your outfit. I love your outfit. And I was like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was like, I'm trying to watch them. Like every person that walked by was like saying something to me. And I just got to a point where it's like, I'm not saying thank you anymore. Like it's just, I'm trying to enjoy the music. But yeah, people are so nice and kind, and like, they're going to hype you up. And that, I love doing that to other people. I see an outfit, I'm like, yes, love this. So it's a safe place to express yourself, like you said, however you want. You can be as extra as you want, and people are going to live for it. You can wear sweatpants, and people are going to live for it. Like, it's just a free place to wear whatever you want, and it's so fun.
And okay, so another pro for me, I would have to say, besides the fashion, is this is interesting because this is how I approach Coachella, but usually I love how many artists you can see versus the price you're paying. Like, usually, like, I think one year, the year that I went, the first year was Beyonce, which I will never live that down. That would be like the best like time of my life. But I remember like doing this thing where I wrote down everyone I wanted to see, and then I like looked up their tickets, like how much their tickets would cost, and like to see Beyonce and The Weeknd and Eminem in one weekend together versus like if you paid separately to get a ticket for Beyonce, a ticket for The Weeknd, a ticket to see Eminem, like that would be way more than the price that I paid that year to go. So
people paid thousands of dollars to see Beyonce. And you're seeing like the GA Coachella ticket is $400.
So for me, I was like, oh, check, like I'm for sure gonna go. And that's how I usually approach it every year. I mean, now I'm kind of like, I might go to Coachella anyway if I don't love the lineup. But if it's like really bad and I'm like, okay, I don't want to see any of these.
If it was a horrible lineup, of course. No.
Like if it was like, I don't really want to see any of these people, I probably for sure wouldn't go, because I'm like, why am I wasting my money on this like event that I don't really want to be at? But if it's enough people that I'm like, oh my God, buying all these tickets together would cost me more than just buying the one, then I will absolutely go to the festival. So that's a pro for me, like for sure.
The amount of artists and it's like we've talked about, it's not like podunk artists. Like it is like the biggest names in music now. So like you're gonna see some amazing people that you've like wanted to see forever, and all within 3 days. You get to see like tens of, if not more, artists.
Yeah. Like last year, at first, I really didn't think I wanted to go. And then, like, thinking about it now, like, I love so many of the artists that I got to see. Like, I developed a deep love for, like, Rosalia, like, for Boy Genius. Like, let's think of this. I did not know, like, I knew of Boy Genius, like, separately, and I didn't know Muna. I only heard Silk Chiffon, but I didn't know that was Muna. So I've now come out of like Coachella loving Boy Genius, loving Muna, 070 Shake, like Rosalia. Like there's so many people who I like fell in love with seeing them at the festival. So that's also a thing too. Like you can absolutely like find your new favorite artist.
That's another fun part, discovering new people that you maybe would have never listened to or seen, but like maybe you're sitting at a stage, maybe you're you really want to see this person that I don't really know or have never really listened to, and now I fall in love with them, and like I love their music now. And so it's just fun. You can see artists that you love, you get to see new artists and experience new. It's just fun. That is also a very big pro, is the music.
The music, obviously, of course.
It's so fun. And pretty much every artist brings someone out, so that's a fun part too, is like, who are they going to bring out? Like, you know, it's Coachella. They're going to bring someone out. They're going to bring someone out both weekends. And that's fun. Like, who are they going to bring out?
Yeah, no, that is a pro too for me, like bringing someone out, because there have been so many times that like I used to watch Coachella like on my computer before I was ever able to go to the festival.
Yeah, so I don't think I realized how many people watch the live stream.
Oh my God. Like
there's like
year,
hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people watching it live.
Yeah, every year.
That's crazy.
Before I could like go to Coachella, I would like I think that's the thing about living in I don't remember if I was living upstate at the time or if I was at home in the city, but like nobody understood. Like I would like absolutely be like, I can't, like right now I need to watch the Coachella lineup. Like I'm watching Coachella.
I'm busy this week.
Yeah.
I'm busy at Coachella. They're like, you're going? You're like, no,
I'm watching it on my computer.
I'll just be watching, but I can't do anything.
Like there would be so many years where I would see like someone bring out Justin Bieber, or like someone brought out like Drake one year, and like someone bought out like Kanye one year, which Kanye, we don't have to get into Kanye, but yeah, someone bought him out and they were freaking out. Like that is it's so much fun to like guess who. Oh my God, I just remembered this, but last year Labyrinth.
I actually know what you're gonna say this time.
Labyrinth. I remember before we went to the festival, I was like, okay, like Labyrinth has a song with Billy, like that'll probably happen. And Billy does come out a lot, like during Coachella. Like if anyone has a song with her, she more than likely will be there. And she's done Coachella a bunch of times. So I was like, yeah, Billy will probably come out. And then I had this crazy idea. I was like,
God spoke in your ear.
Yeah. I was like, what if Zendaya comes out? And we were kind of like, I don't really know.
She's literally not a singer.
So
like,
weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. The bitch pop. I think we talked about this in our last episode too, but like I have never cried more in my life. I've never been more excited. And the crowd, you could hear everyone screaming when Zendaya came out. Everyone for Zendaya.
Yeah, we talked about this. Like, I don't think ever in my life I've heard a crowd louder than that.
No.
Ever. Like, you couldn't even almost hear the, like, speakers because people were screaming so loud.
Yeah. So, fucking pro, Zendaya. No.
That's a good enough reason to pay $1,000 for a ticket.
Yeah. But another pro I had, which is, like, kind of maybe silly, but I love how sometimes this works to your disadvantage, but I kind of love how your phone doesn't work.
It's so nice. Yeah. You can't look at social media. You can't post on social media. Like, you can barely even text.
Yeah.
It's nice to I love that we're unplugging at Coachella, but like, you really do. You can't we don't use our phone.
No, you really can't. One, because it's like, first of all, you're in the desert, and two, because everybody's in the same place, like, and using their phones, your like service is horrible.
Yeah. You can communicate with your friends.
Yeah.
But like, for them, it takes forever to load. Like, you can't really be on your phone.
Yeah.
And you're also trying to save battery.
True. 1 year I did almost get like lost.
Oh God.
I did almost get lost and like lose my friends for like a couple hours, but then I found them. But still, like, it was very scary. But I now that it's usually just Seth and I, like, together, we do have one of our other friends, Kiki, who comes with us, which is fun. So I'm excited for that. But now that it's Seth and I, we're like attached at the hip. We're
not like, why would we I'm gonna go stand by myself over here. Like, what? And we have like very similar music tastes.
Yeah. But like, when that year that I went with a big group, it wasn't when we went. It was like my first year. We went with I think it was like a bigger group. I don't remember how many of us it was, but my friends walked away or maybe I ran. I don't remember what it was, but literally afterwards, I like literally looked around and I was like, oh, I am alone.
Oh God. Yeah. That's a scary feeling.
Literally.
But also, I think too, like, my first Coachella, the service was worse. Like, you could barely send text. Like, I think it's gotten a little better. Like, even last year, like, I could fully text you. Like, I think it has gotten better.
Yeah.
But those early Coachellas that we went to, like, I think it was hard to even send a text message. Like, you would wait and it would say sending forever. And that's a little scary when you can't find your group.
Yeah.
But it's better now. You can definitely text, and like, I could call you if we get lost, or it's also good to have, like, in case we get lost, let's meet at the Rainbow Tower, or like have a meeting spot. Yeah. That's just good to have in general.
Yeah. So now that we've done our pros and cons, let's talk about what we've learned.
Okay.
Like, I think,
I mean, every year I feel like we learn something new that we're like, next year, let's do this. Next year, let's do this to make it better. I mean, I think the biggest learning thing is you want your outfit to look good. Yes. You want to have a cute outfit. It has to be comfortable. I don't think I can stress this enough. Yeah. Your outfit needs to be comfortable. Yeah. You cannot wear uncomfortable shoes.
Yes. I did. Like, I think it was maybe not last year, but the year before, wasn't it? So we went with a big group, and that year I also wore cool outfits, because my one thing was, the first time I went to Coachella, I was like, I will be wearing incredible outfits because I may never come back here. I did not foresee that I would be going all the time, but the time that we went together with a big group of our friends, I also was like, I'm gonna do cool outfits. First of all, fucking hated it the whole time.
You're miserable the whole entire time.
Yes. And then I wore these shoes that cut up my feet. So I was bleeding everywhere. I had to go to the tent, like the emergency tent, multiple times. I had to walk around with no shoes on at one point, which I am okay with because it's grass, whatever. And I grew up in half the country and I used to wear no shoes outside all the time. So it wasn't weird to me.
I think I would wear no shoes at Coachella before like a club or a bar or a concert, or because you're like outside, it's grass, right? Like, it's fine, right? So the people who would judge me for not wearing shoes at that time, if you're a bitch who takes your shoes off in the club, and bitch is universal, male, female, I don't, they, them, like anybody, bitch. If you take your shoes off at the club, or if you walk the streets no shoes on because you're like, oh, whatever, my feet hurt, I'm scared of you.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. That's so dirty versus me not wearing shoes at Coachella. It's literally fine. It's grass.
It's literally grass.
Yeah. And then if I had to go to the bathroom or something, put my shoes right on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like, it's grass. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, the first year I wore Converse that rubbed blisters, and when I had to like peel my socks off because the blood had like crusted them to my feet, and I had to like rip. So yeah, very early on I learned like you have to wear a comfortable outfit. You're gonna be in it for like 12 plus hours standing. Like, don't wear shoes for the first time. Like, have band-aids in case you get blisters. It's not worth the Instagram photo.
No.
Like, if you want to get a picture in your uncomfortable shoes, take it at your Airbnb.
That's
and then
smart.
put on comfortable shoes. Like, you have to be comfortable.
Yeah, I think that's I agree. Like, that's probably the biggest thing we've learned as well, because this year, like, we're going full, like, if you've ever seen like a celebrity go to the festival, like maybe like Kendall Jenner, Hailey Bieber, like their outfits for the festival are always so chic, because they have lots of money, but they're chic and they clearly look like they're wearing festival clothing, but at the same time they're wearing normal clothes.
It's like effortless, but they look amazing. It's very well thought out, but like comfortable and a little more on the casual side.
So like that's where like last year I think I took that idea and I was like, this is how I'm going every year now. So last year I did more comfortable stuff.
I feel like last year we kind of dabbled in it. I feel like we still had some extra outfits, but then weekend 2 we were like, let's wear a t-shirt, and then we were like, let's do this next year. Like, we've been planning our outfits. We've been thinking about them. Of course, they're still very well thought out. We're going to look amazing. But it's going to be more like casual, effortless, like celebrity type outfits, not like custom couture, like fully studded gowns, which if you want to wear that, go for it.
I just can't. Like,
it's like our 4th Coachella. I just like can't. Is this our 4th?
18.
I went 19, 21, or 22, 23, and this will be 4.
4. Because I went to 1 before I went to the other.
And I went to 1 before that too. So our 4th Coachella. You just learn stuff, and we're gonna look amazing still, but we're gonna be comfortable.
And honestly, I knew this guy who hates everything about concerts, music festivals. He will not go to Coachella even if he has artist passes, which he did last year. I don't understand him. He's absolutely not into anything like that. But I saw him last year, like by happenstance, and he was like wearing jeans and a zip up like hoodie. He was like, I think I saw you, but I can't remember. And I saw this guy wearing this crazy outfit next to you, and I like could not stop laughing. And he was like, and I think I also saw you talking to some girls, like with your friend, like asking about a hat or whatever.
They asked to try on my hat. That happened to be at the other music festival I was at in Vegas this weekend. I don't know what it is when I wear a cool hat. Drunk girls, they come up to me and they're like, can I get a picture in your hat? I'm like, whatever. But
seeing him, and then also seeing like how these other like people are so comfortable, I was like, I'm gonna be I can't do this.
I'm done with the the uncomfortable outfits. We have to be comfortable. We're also gonna look hot, sexy, and gorgeous. But we're gonna be comfortable. And if I need to buy a hoodie because it's cold, I'm gonna do that. It might ruin the outfit. I don't care. No,
I absolutely I feel like we both have our own unique fashion sense, and we still look good on a daily basis when we're going out normally. So that's literally, I'm just gonna wear nice clothes that I love and move on.
And also when you do those like super custom outfits, it's like, I'm never wearing this again. It's a waste. You spend all this time, this money, and you never wear it again.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to have stuff that I can wear again.
Yeah, that's another thing too that I've learned. I think after the 1 year that I did like the outfits, because I was like, oh, I don't know if I'll go again. And then I did the other crazy outfits. Well, they weren't that crazy, but outfits that we like when we went together. I started approaching it with like, I don't want to necessarily over consume for this like event, because it's a waste. Like if you are specifically buying clothes for specific events in your life, like granted, maybe sometimes if you're going to a wedding, obviously you need something specific for that, but like I am more of
like a party, a concert,
a
festival. It's different.
Exactly.
You don't need, because I used to approach it like everything I wear needs to be the first time I've ever worn this. Shoes, sunglasses, accessories, jewelry. Like I needed to buy everything new.
Yeah.
No, that's so wasteful.
It's wasteful. It's like overconsumption. And the fashion industry, while I love it, is one of the largest like reasons why like we have like climate change issues, because it's hard making clothes. There's overconsumption. Like the way the seasons have changed from 4 to like 16 in 1 year. So that too is something that I learned. Like I want to be purchasing things that it's the springtime. Hey, I could wear this again in the summer. I could wear this anytime. I actually love this piece and I'm going to use it over and over again. And I don't care if you saw me. Like I have a dress from Coachella that I've worn to like 3 different events, because it's a great dress. It's pretty. It's basic, but it's still like nice. So like if I can do that and like not waste and just have, because also Coachella is kind of about like, they have this program there about recycling and about environmentalism, and like how even though you're at these lands partying, how can you protect the environment that you're in there as well?
There's like installations, there's teams there walking around making sure we're recycling. They have like these competitions to like decorate a garbage can or something. So there's all these garbage cans that people have decorated. They encourage you to Coachella. They give like, if you decorate your car and have a bunch of your friends in it, like you can win free tickets. Like that's a big part of Coachella is like sustainability. And yeah, that is true.
Yeah. So I would say definitely agree on that. And then I think like what else? I mean, I think like when it comes to the pros we've already mentioned, like I think overall what I've learned is just like, if you approach it, like we said, approach it in a way that I'm here to have fun. I don't care about the whole, like, I think that's the same thing with a lot of things in life. If you don't care about the whole like idea of it and you're living in the moment of it, you have more fun. So forget about the idea of Coachella. Just go to Coachella with an open mindset and enjoy like your time. And also, I was going to say what I've learned as well is like, if you're like maybe your first time going to Coachella and you're watching like influencer videos about Coachella, don't listen to them, because they have a completely different experience of Coachella than we will, or like you will if it's your first time. Like they're going with brands. They're getting everything that they're wearing. They like, Coachella, there's a thing where you can like, I think maybe it's like Boohoo or something, which no hate to Boohoo. Fast fashion is hard, but anyways, it's like a hard industry. Try and buy things you're gonna wear all the time. Don't overconsume things. But anyways, like they do this thing where like you can go to like a gifting suite, and a lot of brands do this during Coachella season. You go to their like offices, it's a gifting suite. They invite a ton of influencers and they get to pick their outfits. So it's like a ton of outfits. You get to pick your outfits, pick your pieces. So they're getting their outfits
and they're getting them sent to them months in advance. Oh, here's an outfit for Coachella. Like they're not paying for outfits. They're not paying for their tickets. They're being given wristbands. They don't have to pay for the house. They don't have to pay for transportation. They have rides. And not only that, they don't have to pay for it. They don't have to plan anything. They just show up. Like we don't just get to like show up. Like, we have to plan the Airbnbs. We have to book it months in advance. We have to figure out when we're leaving. We have to talk about like how long it's going to take us to get there, where we're going to park, how long they don't have to do any of that.
Yeah. And there are like some influencer people, like I know there are some like YouTube people who are like, they're less on that scale and they like go with their friends and they're like more chill. But like if like big influencers that you see that are with a brand and they're like, here's my experience of Coachella, that's not a real experience of Coachella.
No, that's not. You're not going to be living in luxury unless you pay for it. Like it's like watching the Kardashians go to Bora Bora and expecting that to happen for you. Unless you're forking out the millions of dollars that they are, that's not going to be your experience there. Like, we're normal people, and you know, it's a music festival. It's not as glamorous as it is for them because they don't have to do anything and they don't have to pay for anything.
Exactly. And that's a good point. Like, the glamour of it all, sometimes it's not so glamorous. Like, the thing about Seth and I is I think we've both experienced GA versus VIP. So we have that kind of different perspective, but also in both like instances, it's not as glamorous as people may think it is. And that's not a dig at Coachella. It's just like
it's a music festival. It's not a spa weekend in like, the Maldives.
Like you're outside.
There's porta potties. There's 100,000 people there. There's lines for stuff. You know, it's not a glamorous. We do VIP. It's not like the Four Seasons. Like, we still have to use porta potties. Like, they're clean. They're the cleanest porta potties I've ever used in my life. They like round the clock are cleaning them. It's still a porta potty. Like, you still have to wait in lines. There's still crazy amounts of people. So don't expect this like influencer celebrity treatment unless you're forking out tens of thousands of dollars for it.
It's giving very much expectation versus reality. Like, just go into it with a realistic like mindset and expect what you like pay for, but also like, just because you can't do all the glamorous like luxurious things, if you can't, doesn't mean you're not gonna have like a great time, because we still have a great time. Granted, we are in VIP, but at the same time, it's not like we're in guest area or artist area. No. It's still very beautiful, very, you know, it's worth the price. It's different than GA, but you know, it's still like we're outside at a music festival. It's hot, you know? So just go into it with like realistic expectations and just have fun.
And go for the right reasons and be there with good people. You'll have a good time. If you like the lineup and you are into stuff like that, like you'll have a fun time.
Okay, so I think we already talked about misconceptions. We kind of went into that. We talked about what we learned. I would say maybe we talk a little bit about like GA versus VIP. So maybe if you're like, hey, I want to go, what should I get? Like, what would you recommend to someone to buy?
If you've never gone, GA. I think if you've never been before, there's no need to pay hundreds of dollars more. Until you go. Like, I went the first year and I did GA and I was like, I want to do VIP next time. I was like, that looks better. I'm willing to pay a couple $100 more for that. But the first time, you don't know if you're going to like it. You don't know the vibes. Like, and I had a great time in GA my first year, but I wanted to have a slightly better time. So I paid a little bit more.
Me too.
I think if you've never been, there's no need to pay the extra $400.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I would also recommend GA. Okay. So when Seth proposed the idea to me to do VIP, I was worried about like how much it would cost. But at the same time, I was like, oh, I've done GA. Like, let's try VIP. If I don't like it, I'll go back to GA, whatever. And if you're like me, I have this thing with like crowds, which I have anxiety. It drives me crazy. I can't, after going to concerts my entire life, GA, I cannot be stuck in a crowd full of people because it literally gives me so much anxiety. I can't move. Like, it freaks me out. And granted, in GA, you don't have to like be super close. You could always stand in the back. But at the same time, you're still surrounded by hundreds of people. And
yeah,
I think to me that was like a sobering idea where I was like, oh my God, like I'm kind of like a little bit like nervous about this. So, and then also if you go with people who want to
be very close,
then you have to remember, okay, I'm in GA, like all my friends want to be very close. I'm gonna have to be stuck on the barricade, sitting outside for hours to get a good spot. Like I'm gonna be like,
if you're in GA, you're literally like this, and you're close to the stage, and it's like not early in the day. If it's like later in the day and it's GA, it's honestly hard to even like walk around.
No, it's horrible.
It is jam packed. So if that is not your thing, then maybe invest a little bit. Which it's so a GA ticket is $400. And a VIP is $900. So just for reference for everyone, that's kind of the pricing difference. So it's a bit more. You have separate areas, different food. We like it for like that reason you said. I don't really mind crowds, but I don't want to be like this for 12 hours personally. So it's just nice. We can sit down. You have a pretty close spot. It's not like the artist section, which is at the stage. It's like kind of back a little bit, but there's a separate bar. So the lines are shorter. The bathrooms are less crazy and crowded. I mean, honestly, once the sun sets, we don't really leave VIP because it's like, it's a zoo out there.
No, it's
like just very crowded, very packed. And VIP, it's just slightly less people. So it does get crowded, especially for the headliner. In VIP, it gets crowded. But up until that point, you can walk through. You can go to the bathroom if you need. GA, it's just a bit harder because there's a million more people.
And like my thing about VIP is I love people watching. So while I don't care that you're like famous and you're there, I will absolutely be like,
I will sit and stare at you.
I will do a little bit of people watching. And
that is part of the fun.
It's
we
like
will
fun.
Just like sit and people watch, and like it's so fun.
And
seeing the outfits, seeing what people are wearing, seeing the celebrities. Literally, like Shawn Mendes will walk by you. Like it's crazy.
And you're just like, what? But no, I think besides that, like that's like a silly like thing about it. But I think just having like some comfortability, and like also the bathrooms are different. Like there's more food options and sometimes better food options. Like I'm just like, I love VIP now. Our next goal is to get artist passes.
So if you have artist wristbands, please DM us.
Please.
I'll do what
Oh
and the way
God.
that I'm not kidding. But hit us up. Also, if you know of any after parties, let us know.
But
we love a good Coachella after party. That's also another thing. There's lots of parties, which are fun.
We did that one year where we went to so many parties because we knew someone who like had connections. And damn, she's hungry. Me too, queen. But we had the ability to go to so many parties, and it was fun. So
I think we're gonna do that again this year.
We're gonna try our best,
but maybe just like a few parties. But it's crazy. There's parties beforehand. There's parties after. There's parties the day before. There's so many parties. So we're gonna have to like pace ourselves a little bit. But I think it's gonna be fun. I'm excited for this year. I'm excited for the lineup. I'm excited for our outfits. I'm excited for the potential parties. It's just fun.
I'm also so fun. Very excited. I'm very excited. I can't wait. And I think one of the last things we should talk about is probably, I get this question a lot from like my friends, like why we decided to do both weekends.
Oh yeah, because I guess most people just do one weekend. So they either go to weekend 1 or weekend 2. And a lot of people are like, is the lineup different? And I'm like, nope. No. Same exact lineup, same exact times that they come on. So last year we decided instead of just doing one of the weekends that we would do both weekends. I don't even know how we came to that conclusion.
You know what it is? I think it was because one of the years that we went, I think it was Harry's year, which we've been to a couple different Coachellas now. I went to, my first one was Beyonce weekend, Eminem. The second one I went to was Harry.
Billy.
But okay, Harry, Billy.
First one, mine was in between those two was Ariana, Childish Gambino. Oh God, I don't know who the third one was. But Ariana is all I care about.
Yeah, like she ate that up.
Oh, Tame Impala. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I do like Tame Impala. I do like Tame Impala. I care about you.
I cannot believe he was like, that's the only one I care about. Tame Impala.
Actually, Ariana and Tame Impala were the only ones I cared about. Childish Gambino was not very good. That's the tea.
I will not comment on that. But then we also went to Harry and Billy was us together.
Billy. Who was the third one?
I really couldn't tell you, babe.
I don't know. And then last year was
Blackpink,
Frank Ocean, kind of. And then who was the other one? Bad Bunny.
Yes.
Bad Bunny, which he was amazing too.
He was really great.
He's really hot.
But I think why we decided to do both weekends was because we saw when we went to Harry's, he bought out Shania Twain for the first time, and then the next weekend he bought out Lizzo.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, amazing. And then Billy bought out the Gorillas for our weekend.
Which
and then
we were kind of like, who are the Gorillas?
They're an iconic.
I know. But like compared to weekend 2, she brought out
Haley Williams.
Thank you.
Which I would have shit myself to see Haley Williams. I love Paramore in the way, not like everyone else loves Paramore, and that's not a dig to Paramore. I love Paramore in the way that I just remember growing up listening to Paramore and being like, this is so iconic.
Yeah.
So to not see Haley Williams in person,
I was like, it just made sense for us. We love it so much. Like, we want to go to both weekends. And so last year we just decided, let's try it. If we hate it, we'll go back and just do one weekend. Yeah. But it was honestly the best time.
It was the best. I think it's one of the best decisions we've ever made because here's the thing. And I think this is a great way to like really summarize Coachella. Like, weekend 1 and weekend 2 are very different. Weekend 1, everyone is going to be seen.
Yep. All the parties are the first weekend. That's when all the celebrities are there. That's when everyone's talking. That's when Neon is. Like, what's the stupid other one? Revolve. That's like that weekend. The weekend one is like the influencer. We're never getting invited to Revolve now. Awesome.
No, but like, it's like weekend 1 is very much an event. You're there to be seen. You're like taking your photos, everything. Weekend 2, there's still like some parties and stuff, but weekend 1 is like the kickoff. People are going big, you know? So it's a very different vibe. And then weekend 2, honestly, I didn't expect it, but way more chill, a lot less people, but still like there are some like celebs, some influencers, but it's like we're chill here.
It's a little bit more chill.
Like, we're hanging out. We're just listening to the music. We're just having a good time. And honestly, like, I think too, like, you can tell the difference because people are like literally just hanging out. Like, it's like so interesting how different it is. And
we also like, it's just kind of quick. Like, before we would drive up on Thursday, drive back on Monday. Like, with this past year, we stayed for the week.
Yeah.
And so like in between the 2 weeks, we just like hung out, went shopping. Like, it was just the best time.
Yeah. And you know what? I think the reasons why we decided to do it, we approached it as like taking a vacation.
Yeah.
Instead of like just going to Coachella. So like we planned other things to do in the middle of the week. Like we got an amazing Airbnb in Yucca Valley, which I love Yucca, Joshua Tree. Like, so we had moments where we were just like chilling. We were outside. We were like hanging out. We were like, you know, watching movies, doing whatever. We had our dogs with us, so it was just like a vacation fully. And I think like how I convinced people that 2 weekends isn't crazy, like I said, I sat with the people, my friends and her roommate's boyfriend, whatever, and I was just like, it's like truly like a way to like just take time off of your like busy lives, because LA when Coachella is happening is so different. Like, there's nobody here.
Everyone the whole city exits for Coachella.
And it's like and it's just like, it's so chill. Like, I think it's like perfect because at the time we had insane jobs and it was just the perfect like okay breather to like be like, I'm in the desert, let's just do like more chill things and like enjoy like the music that we love. Like
now I see it as more of like a vacation instead of like a concert that we're going to. It's like a break. We get to get away for like over a week, and we also avoid the traffic on the Monday coming back. Like we just get to hang out in our Airbnb and like have the best time. And also there's people that maybe if you miss someone on weekend one, or you have to pick between, we could see this one weekend one, this one weekend two. You don't have to like choose as much.
Yeah,
it's definitely not for everyone.
That's really true. Yeah, for sure. I would say
that's just what we do.
Yeah, I would say for sure that is not for everyone. Both weekends, I would say go to Coachella at least one time if you ever can. But both weekends, not for everyone. It's not for the week. You literally come home. The way that I looked when I got back to my apartment, I looked like insane.
Yeah. When I got back, it was like, you're kind of sick. I had like this thing on my face because I smacked my face on the wall. Like I was strolling it. It's not for the week.
No.
I mean, we would get back at like, I wouldn't go to sleep till like 5.
Yeah.
And then we get up at like 8 or 9.
Exactly.
To start getting ready.
So yeah, maybe not for the week, but why we do both weekends, I just think it's a great way to relax. Great way to be like tranquil, hang out with your friends, take some time away from work, like, and just like vibe, listen to the music. And then also, good point, like you can do some things that you didn't do first weekend, you can now do next weekend. Maybe you want to see both people who an acts bring out, now you get to see both people. It's just like, if you approach it like we're taking a little vacay, little retreat maybe, then it's like fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah, and that's why we do it.
Yay.
But yeah, hopefully you guys got a full, any thoughts? Thank you so much.
Thank you for speaking your truth.
Hopefully you guys got a full like overview, really in-depth look into Coachella. Also, I'm gonna be honest, I thought maybe we should like show you our outfits. No, we can't do that. Like
I did think about that too, and I was like, year one, we don't ever need to look at those outfits again.
No.
They are still on my Instagram if you want to scroll. But
I was
Homegirl didn't know what she was doing. I was 19. I was fresh out of Georgia. It wasn't the vibe. Look at our outfit pics for this year.
Yeah. I literally was like, oh, what if we like went back and showed our outfits? We don't need to go back.
Maybe we can in like our Coachella recap. We can show our outfits that we wore this year. We can show previous outfits.
Bitch, you ate that up.
Thank you, everyone.
That is such a good idea. And I was like, should we give you a preview of our outfits this year? We can't. Like, even though we're being chill.
I wouldn't even tell my mom my outfits I'm wearing. That's lock.
Yeah. It's like, even though we're being chill, we still have to like get the... Don't drag my curtains down. But yeah, even though we're being chill and we're approaching it different this year, it's still like top secret.
It's top secret info. You'll have to see Instagram to see what our outfits are.
Yeah.
I'm not releasing that information yet.
It's like
not happening.
It's like when you go to prom and you can't show people your prom dress before because you don't want anyone to copy it.
People will copy it.
Yeah, that's true.
But also it could be like I said it first, so you all copied me. But I'm not doing that. I'm not releasing my outfits until we're there.
It's a press conference.
The way that I would do a press conference, like Seth's outfit.
Stop. But yeah,
stay tuned for our next episodes. We'll show our old outfits. We'll show the outfits we wore, and I'm excited.
Yeah,
I can't
me
believe
too.
It's in a month from right now. We'll be at the festival.
Oh God, I still have to buy outfits.
I do too. But we still have a lot to do in the next month. Haircuts, spray tans. I want to get waxed. We just got a lot to do. Yeah, so we still have some time to prepare, but we hope that you enjoyed our Coachella overview, our pre-Coachella, pre-party, extravaganza.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll see you on our next episode.
Leave us any Coachella questions that we can answer in the next one. Leave us a comment, anything you want to know about Coachella, any questions you have for us, because the next one will be after the first weekend. So any questions you have for us, who we saw, the celebs we saw, our outfits, our favorite parts, what do you want to know? We'll tell you.
Also, if you're going to Coachella. If you're going to
Coachella, let us know.
Yeah, if you're going to Coachella, let us know. Tell us who you're excited to see, and maybe if you've been to Coachella, who were your favorite acts that you've seen.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed. Guys. We love you.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Okay. Bye. Say bye.
Kisses and loves. Hey. Bye. That's how Bo sounds in my head.
Yeah.
Bye, bitch.
He's a New York dog. So.
Yeah. It's dog. Okay. Eat shit and die.
No, that's very New Yorker.
Bye.
Bye.